What's going on? Friday, and normally we have what we call Who Am I, but we're going to shift that over to We Are Mastery. The other title is really over our heads. We Are Mastery is closer to the deal, and we can talk about stuff like the power of now. And I got this book from Eckhart Tolle, Cats on the Money, and it's easily understandable. Not difficult to do, but easily understandable. And what I want to talk about is like our mindset. I know you've heard lots about mindsets, but here's the thing that happens all day long, whether we are aware of it or not, is that our internal chatter. Our internal chatter is either in the future or in the past. Past is guilt, future is anxiety. You know what I mean? 24/7 it goes on. And I talk about the three-lane highway, the past, the present, and the future. How often are you in the present? This book, The Power of Now, is about the present, how to get there and how you can stay there. Now, there's a very unpleasant thing going on in the world now where the United States is leaving Afghanistan. Now, it's been 20 years. Now, not many people have been complaining about it until now. Right? And it's horrible. Bad stuff, right? It's not new, happened in Vietnam. But more importantly, what it is the people in the United States of America, not the United States, the empire. They're two separate things. The empire is we have 700 bases worldwide protecting our interests. And those interests are basically corporate interests. All right? But we as a people, and inside, the 50 states, we are thinking that it's okay. As long as we're getting our bennies, no one really complained about it. All right? Now, some egregious things are happening, we're complaining, but it's sad not only for that, but for the fact that Sun Tzu says that when you have a long protracted war over 4 years, you're going to bankrupt the country. This has been 5 times for us, 20 years, and the chickens have come home to roost. I mean, we're at the end, man, of the physical thing, but that's not the end of the story. We can, if we really think about it, we can reshape our thinking, our thoughts, our mind. Like the guy Descartes says, I think, therefore I am. Right? Well, that's not true. That means that because, if your thinking is who you are, then your thinking can be altered by someone outside of you. That's who you are, which is, not true. Who you really are is beyond your thinking. And that's why the power of now gets into that. And, maybe at another time we'll delve into it deeper, but just the cursory experience today is that you have 2 types of time. Now, time is a fiction created by the ego. The ego is a thing created by the mind. Okay? Now, these 2 types of time, you have psychological time and you have clock time, right? Because you need time. But time is really playing in our internal energies, our internal landscape, our internal thinking. It's always running. When was the last time you thought you could still your mind? Can you still your mind for 5 seconds, 10 seconds? Can you do that? No, you're always wound up, right? Right? Not a good thing. So now you have the psychological time and you have the clock time. Psychological time is filled with, past and future. You have fears, worries, and doubts. You have negative situations. You have criticisms. All the things that run through our heads every day. The fights we're going to have with somebody, what someone did to us. Those people are this way. Those people are that way. All that stuff. Be honest. It happens every day in your head. Okay? And so what the and the clock time is using time in a way to plan, because you have to, need to plan. If you plan to you have goals, things you want to do, that's clock time. So you focus on that for a minute. When that's done, you go back to the present. Just chill out. Don't worry about stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so we have a lot of us, just the thing is running all the time. And I suggest that once we get into the now, into the moment, into the present, we have greater inner peace. The inner peace will lead us to personal, lead to mastery, self-mastery, which is another word for self-realization, self-actualization, or enlightenment. It doesn't require a PhD. A lot of our problems, the pain we have, psychological pain, is caused by this time thing, about this time differential in terms of past and future. Because these things hurt us psychologically, and they're always playing in our heads, and we play them out into reality. Right? Now, I invite you to, just check it out, right? See what you can do with it. And until next week, come back on Monday for Music Monday, Tuesday's concentration, which will help you still your mind so that you can get better control over your thinking. Once you abandon, the notion that your thinking makes you who you are, then you'll be happier because you can just, be free. That's true liberation. That's true freedom. Not to running around sitting in a pool someplace. That true freedom is in here. That's where the liberty is. It's not outside, man. It's not the way we got it set up, right? And so I want you to, think about it, do some self-searching on that, particularly in light of this Afghanistan thing, right? There are people who are so upset and angry that we're leaving all this stuff behind. Hey, no one ever asked the question, well, who made the Taliban? They just popped up. How do they get their weapons? They just popped up. Who finances the Taliban? They just popped up. We never asked that question. Now, granted, we shouldn't leave equipment there; it should be destroyed. But, what are you going to do, man? In other words, it's like this here. Like Afghanistan. Who's been to Afghanistan and failed? Russia went there for 6 years, maybe. I don't know. The British went there. A number of people, the Huns went there. Nobody went to Afghanistan. It's a cloaca, a cesspool, it's quicksand. But we, beating our chests, we're Americans. We can do it. Now we didn't learn about Vietnam. The French were there. They got their butts kicked. And here's something you may not know. In 1953, it was, the United States gave France $30 billion to shore up its colonial activities in Indochina, i.e. Vietnam. On top of that, we go there and we fail where they fail because we're beating our chests. And I'm just saying, guys, not to blame anyone. It's not the politicians' fault. It's our fault because we are content to let them run amok and to believe the stuff they tell us without going deep inside. So check out the power of now, right? It's not an earth-shattering thing yet, but it can be, right? So it's the power of now. This is William Jordan, Conscious Raising Art for We Are Mastery. It's the We Are Mastery edition, that is. Talk to you later. Peace.